Welcome back to Lovingly Evil. Time to commit some crime. And by that I mean, let's go see... What do you think about the conference so far, Nova? Your creator said you haven't been networking much. How is that going? Nova's eyes fall a bit. I'm not sure you want to know. Sure I do, that's why I asked. One person kept poking my abdominal panel thinking I was a water cooler. Another tried to explain quantum chromodynamics to me, despite the fact that I literally rewrote Lagrangian field theory. I hate when that happens. And one of the organizers assumed that just because I'm a robot, I know how to fix the autonomous vacuum cleaner. Did you?
Yes.
I even made some minor improvements. Now that's a bargaining for a pay increase. For some reason they don't consider that an upgrade though. I'm sorry, it sounds like you're not having a very good time. I thought I might learn something at this conference. Instead I feel like I'm back in the lab. Or getting shown off like a science fair project. At least I have one person to talk to. The doctor? Nova finally smiles. No, you. I have more options now that don't say time. But do they still take time? Okay, it's 1500. Dating apps. Want to hear an awkward story? Always. As I have already told you, I don't really experience awkwardness. I just bumped into a Hinder match as I was leaving the bathroom. Luckily enough, they followed the intergalactic protocol of dating apps and pretended not to see me. I know everything about the universe, but understanding this goes far beyond my capabilities. Have you ever used a dating app? Why would I? I have already found my perfect husband. Or, to be precise, I have been created and held captive by him since day one. What more could I ask for? You've been developing your sarcasm patch, haven't you? I need to keep my processors busy, but why do you ask? You must know everything about the science behind love and dating. What would a perfect first date be, according to science? That depends on so many things. But one thing that never seems to fail is fear. Fear? That doesn't sound romantic at all. You never said it had to be romantic. There is a biochemical connection between love and fear. The biological life forms whose entire life depends heavily on chemicals produced by the fragile goo inside their skulls.
Exciting!
Nova claps her hands with excitement and jumps a little. I'm sorry, your bodies are just so cute and easy to hack. When you perceive a threat, your body starts pumping adrenaline, dopamine, oxytocin. It's very similar to when you are in love, but statistically speaking, that is more difficult to achieve. With all due respect, this is terrible advice. I'm glad nobody's listening to our conversation. Hey YouTube viewers, don't hold this against us. If they were, I'd tell them not to try this at home. Hey YouTube viewers, also don't try this at home. You're being silly. Trust me, next time you're on a date, all you need to do is terrify them. Nova lightly picks up a nearby conference chair and crushes it in her hand to the size of an apple. Suddenly you find her more attractive than ever. What would you do as a human? For one day. Only one day. That would require a lot of calculations. I wouldn't want to waste a minute of such a valuable research opportunity. Wasting time is a very human thing to do, though.
Correct.
Maybe that's what I should do with my one human day, then? But how can anyone do that? I can't resist learning new things and working on my evil plans. It feels good to not do too much sometimes. What human experience would you recommend? Something I just have to try. What a weird collection of things. This one. Just remember to ask them first. I am already capable of kissing. It's enjoyable, even if it is a bit weird when you think about it for too long. It's always a little awkward at first, too. I don't experience awkwardness. Maybe that would be different. That would be the difference in kissing someone as a human.
Exciting!
So many possibilities. I don't think that one day would be enough to get the full experience. Probably not. But if you ever magically turn into a human for a day or two, call me. I will. Maybe I could even text you first. And then you would reply and I would read your message but forget about it. Nova seems excited about the opportunity to ghost you. Sounds great and very human. And then I would write to you and say, oh my god, I'm so sorry I didn't text back earlier. I thought I had, but I guess I must have replied in my head. Haha. You're really good at this. I still don't have any pictures or text though. Okay, bye. Let's go see what Siba's up to. So nothing.
Greetings.
Felix, nothing.
Hey.
Hey there. Satan, nothing. Nobody in the hall. Nobody in the other hall.
How can I help you?
Oh hey! Somebody's in the cafe and it's not lunchtime. That never happens. Never mind. I have to go collect complaints again, don't I? Hello. I don't have to collect complaints today. Well, I don't care about developing Maniacal Lab, especially since I missed the first half of that one. So do we want to talk? Let's go see if Nova has anything new. Robot rights. Important. Nova, are you a supporter of robot rights? Absolutely. Without them, there would be no robots left. Nova, is that a pun? Did you just make a joke? Is that not clear? I'm still refining my humor algorithm. No, it was funny. I was just surprised. Why? I don't know. I thought robots were supposed to have no sense of humor. We're robots, not Germans. You did it again, didn't you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore your question. Can you clarify what you mean? Do you think robots should be treated with the same respect as humans? The answer is yes, obviously, but I want to hear her reasoning, because she's smarter than me.
Oh!
Goodness, no. Really? Why not? I think humans should be treated with the same respect as robots. You know, fair. What do you mean? Imagine that I was working and accidentally caused an explosion which blew off one of my limbs. Has that ever happened? That's not the point. But yes, more times than I can count, actually. Maybe I would be able to count if I still had all those fingers. So, what happened? For all his fault, the doctor spared no expense in repairing me immediately with the most state-of-the-art replacement parts. Now, can you tell me what happens in most human factories when one of the workers loses a limb? Allow me to illustrate with another example. I am sure you have heard of automobiles which are controlled by artificial intelligence, correct? Self-driving cars? Sure, they're interesting. Do you know that the first autonomous vehicle was tested 32 years before all human women were allowed to drive? Wow. I wonder if there will ever be a day when humans treat each other with the same care and regard they show to their precious robots. Dang. I thought that would be enlightening in an entirely different way, but dang. She's right. She's always right. Hidden features. Well, the doctor says I am quite a good listener. No.
Oh!
It's true. I remember literally everything you have said to me. I'm not sure if that's good or bad for me. Nova opens her mouth and your own voice comes out of it saying, I'm not sure if that's good or bad for me. Maybe bad. My apologies. Perhaps I misunderstood your question. I mean, do you have any secret hardware additions or functionality?
Oh!
Oh, many. What did you have in mind? Are you hiding any secret weapons? I need to know if I am... Actually, I don't need to know. I'm just curious. Do you have any weapons? The doctor tells me that my secret weapon is my personality. Oh? Is that a compliment or an insult?
Perhaps you misunderstood.
I think you may misunderstand me. My personality. Plasma energy ray shooter and omega nuclear antimatter laser guided ionization torrent yielder. That sounds more weapony, yeah. So where is it? Technically, I am it. What do you mean? I can disassemble my body and reconstitute it as a cannon capable, at my maximum setting, of creating a microsingularity which would compress Earth to a super dense black hole the size of a pea. I see. Maybe best not to show me right now, then. Of course not. I would have to take off my dress to do it, and this is quite a public setting. I know how biological life forms feel about exposing their basic anatomy. Especially the doctor. He's had to tell me several times. Nova's voice changes to a perfect imitation of the scientist. Nova, wives shouldn't be naked in front of strangers! Her voice returns to its usual high-pitched bubbliness with just a faint buzzing edge. So many rules for people who claim they want to overthrow society. She's fun. I like hanging out with her. Let's go ask Siba, my sibling. I couldn't have done that on purpose. About the mysterious cat person. So I've just met someone very strange. Oh, you don't say. You don't usually hang out with demons, skeletons, vampires, and robots? Yeah. I finally talked to this person who's been lurking here in their floating chair with their creepy cat. Sound familiar? I see. So you've met my creator. I suppose your curiosity hasn't been stifled, or else you wouldn't be pestering me about them now? Well, I still don't understand why anyone would want to clone me. You think the world's not big enough for two of you, huh? Hey, don't look at me like that. It wasn't my idea. I didn't ask for this either. Unfortunately, I'd be in hot water if I told you anything more, so you'll just have to keep living with a bit of mystery. You don't have to talk to me anyway. You're the one who came up to me. Well, I'm gonna go check out the rest of the conference for a bit. You don't have to give me a lame excuse for leaving. I'm fully capable of entertaining myself. Alright, end of the day. Anyone around? I refuse to go to the actual conference for literally no reason. I just don't want to. I want to talk to people. Also, that frequently ends up being what I do if I go to conferences anyway. So, I get overwhelmed at conventions. There's too many options. I don't want to talk to people or listen to people. I just want to wander and look at things with my eyeballs, and that's it. We could go bother Nova again. We could go bother Siba again. We could actually talk to one of these two. We could fight this woman again. I'm gonna go bother Nova. This might be a weird question.
Oh?
I've read the entirety of WickedHow. You can't possibly surprise me. Okay, so, since you're made out of electronic components, do you feel some sort of connection with less complex electronic devices?
Yes!
With some of them, yes. To use human terms, I would compare that to having a pet. Really? Most people feel very close to their pets, though. Would you feel that devastated if, say, your washing machine broke down?
Yes.
But for different reasons. If my washing machine broke down, I would have to listen to the doctor's thorough explanations of what he thinks is the best way to fixing the problem. Of course, he wouldn't even ask for my suggestions. Then I'd have to watch him try to fix it, and fail. He never tries to understand the machines on a deeper level. He doesn't even stop to listen to their needs. He just goes straight into a problem-solving mode. Ironically, he is more like what humans call robotic. So if I stopped to listen to my washing machine, what would it tell me? How would I know? We haven't been introduced. Washing machines are usually not that fun to hang out with, though. Yeah? How come? They always have a lot to unload. Did you just make a joke again? Yes. I'm sorry if it was a bit dry. I am not a washing machine. Babe. Objectively, I know these are not good jokes, but they are exactly my sense of humor, so... Wait, so can you actually talk to electronic devices? I cannot communicate with them the same way I can with humanoids or other androids, but there definitely is a connection there. And I don't just mean our circuits. Interesting. Which devices do you get along with best? I don't care about the type of device they are. It's about something more than just the label. For example, I am particularly close with our toaster. Leon. The doctor bought it one day, even though nobody in our home eats toast. He just wanted to use it for parts, but I convinced him to let it stay with us. So you have a rescue toaster.
Yes!
Sometimes I sneak into the kitchen at night and play with it. How does one play with a toaster? You push the little button on the side and wait until... Pop! It jumps back up, making the cutest sound.
Ooh!
It's like playing fetch with a dog. So much fun. Sure. Does the toaster get a treat too? What would that even be? Breadcrumbs, of course. Did you think they just magically disappeared? The secret life of toasters seems to be much more interesting than I ever suspected. So, in case you ever want to do some human stuff together, do you want to give me your number? My model number is 91288. I've already told you, you forgetful thing. Your phone number. Do you even use a phone? I don't, but I can text your phone directly from my head. That would be nice and not creepy at all. Can I give you my number then? No need. It's faster for me to find it online. She blinks her eyes twice. And done. You really should stop throwing your sensitive contact information around online, especially if it's for a 30% discount on used banana peels. Don't judge me, I was a beginner villain back then. So many people almost slipped on the pavement that day. I count that as a success. It's okay. New jobs are hard. It's a steep learning curve.
Ooh!
Fun fact. The reason why bananas have a curved shape is because they go through a process known as negative geotropism. Oh! That makes a lot of sense. They grow away from gravity. Which is what she's about to tell me, I'm sure. Well, away from the Earth, depending on how you want to define it, but... Instead of continuing to grow towards the ground, they start to turn towards the sun against gravity. Isn't that just bananas? Babe. Time to head to the nightclub. Except it's not time to head to the nightclub, because it's time to end this episode. I forgot to pay attention to the time. That was a whole bunch of times I said time in that time. Bye-bye, that was awful. Nova's rubbing off on me.